Excuse me. The bunker? The bunker. The bunker.
Бункер, да, конечно.
That's it.
Видите, смешно.
Раз. Это все же я, да? Потом. Ресторан. Speak English? There's my name there, James O'Donnell. I would like to see the bunker. The bunker. Cigarette. Smoke? You're welcome. Thank you.
In 1945, Berlin was the capital of Hitler's Germany, and this bunker was his last address. He lived here underground for 105 days. It was only 2 months after his death that I arrived on assignment for Newsweek. As I made my way through the cold, dark chambers, I couldn't help but wondering what had happened here. To find the answer to that question has taken me many long years. Most of the people who worked in this bunker were captured by the Russians. When they eventually returned from Soviet prison camps, they were willing to join other survivors in reconstructing for me their personal experiences, each from his or her own viewpoint. I can't guarantee that what you're about to see is historical truth. Memory always distorts, of course. But I do believe their stories present a psychological truth and are, perhaps, as close as we can come. Let's go back to January 16th, 1945. These cement rooms were soon to be occupied.
The Americans are at the Rhine. And as for the British, well, can't you hear the bombing? There's nothing available. There's nothing available. What?
He's going below.
What?
Hitler is going below to the bunker. Notify your staff. And this will be used for the conference room.
This.
Mm-hmm. All the rooms are small, Borman.
What have we come to?
What's the trouble, Henschel?
Well, it's only a 140 kilowatt generator here. It's got to power everything. The lights, the filter, the pump for the spring. Spring? We get our water here from an underground spring. Don't worry, General Rattenhuber. I'm a genius with machinery.
We've carried Frederick the Great all over Europe with us. He's never without it.
There will be no smoking in the bunker at any time. Those are the Führer's orders. On duty or off. All meals will be taken in the upper bunker or the old Reich Chancellery Mess Hall. Questions? Dismiss! Major Gunscher, you've spoken to him. About Zossen, about going to Zossen.
The Führer refuses to leave Berlin.
It's only 18 kilometers away. It has the finest communications of any bunker in Germany, and it's 7 times as big.
He knows that, General Lattenhuber. He refuses to leave Berlin.
I want all calls for the Führer to come through me.
Does that include Dr. Goebbels?
No. But I will, of course, control all access to the Führer. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Any message from my wife?
No, we haven't been able to get through yet, sir.
Impossible.
Welcome to Berlin, Reich Minister Goebbels.
Yes. Thanks. Well, it should be taken immediately for communications.
Making the bunker here.
Listen, it's not important. I'll take them.
You still at your country estate?
You call.
Of course. It's good for the children. We have a swimming pool, tennis court. You know, the flowers have just begun to bloom. Wonderful.
No air raids?
So far, we've been fortunate. Please inform the Führer. I'm filled with confidence. We will succeed.
The red is definitely ground.
This is ridiculous. I've seen better switchboards in cheap hotels.
It's all we have available.
Is there a scrambling device?
Yes.
Where?
Here.
Hello, Rockers. Have you been able to reach your wife yet? We're still trying to get set up here. What about Greta? What's happened to her? Is she still in Berlin? Yes. I've been trying to get her on a plane to Bavaria. The Russians, they tell me they're raping all the women. From what I hear, they're raping everyone.
I hit that. Oh, Speer, good to see you. Come along. I'll show you. Colonel von Bülow is waiting to see you before you meet with the Führer. Major Günscher will show you. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
They told me to bring the cleaning supplies into this room. Do you know about that?
Ah. Welcome to our little tube. When did you get back to Berlin?
Last night.
From the front?
East Prussia.
Bad as they say.
Worse.
The Situation Conference is going on right now. It started shortly after midnight, so things are getting a little more desperate. Major Günscher, would you make it known that Reich Minister Speer has arrived?
Yes, sir.
Well, what do you think of the place?
It's clammy. That's it.
Cold and clammy one moment and warm and sultry the next. It's not exactly one of your architectural marvels, Speer.
I didn't design this one.
Good. It also smells. We're 50 feet below the ground here, which is 20 feet below the sewer. Little caution. Bormann isn't the only one here who'd like to cut our throats. Now tell me, is it true? About the plan to destroy everything? The towns, the villages.
The plan exists, yes.
Well, will you go through with it?
Unless I can talk him out of it.
You think that's possible?
Excuse me. They've asked you to join the conference.
And here at Helmstedt, Panzer Division 6 and 12 have regrouped with 27 new Tiger tanks.
We have most encouraging news from General Dietrich. He's repulsed the enemy all along the sector west of the Saar.
The Luftwaffe reports the loss of 629 aircraft in the month of December. However, in spite of this, we've brought down 87 enemy bombers.
We still have 4 Panzer divisions fully committed to Budapest. They're confident they can hold the city. The 2 Panzer armies who fought so gallantly in the Ardennes have now regrouped.
We can't.
They've been resupplied. But of course, we cannot offer them the same reinforcements
fall.
from our Air Force.
When it does, the city disappears from the map.
Perhaps the Reich Minister of
Every week,
Armaments could
they
supply us with
simply
production
disappear.
figures. As we're not at all certain as of this moment exactly where we stand. I would call upon him, if you would, my Führer.
Speer. The Führer would like to hear the December production figures.
The overall production of armaments is down 23%. We are, however, maintaining full production of fighter planes and Panther tanks. Our greatest difficulty right now is getting gasoline to supply them. 2 of our largest hydrogenerating plants have been destroyed in air raids, as you well know. The production of synthetic gasoline is at a standstill. And we've all...
Thank you, Speer. We've heard enough.
Dr. Morell is with the Führer. It'll be a few moments.
Oh, good afternoon, Albert. Or is it evening? You can't tell the difference down here. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. You may go in now.
Sit down, Speer. Coffee?
No, thank you.
You're one of the few people I can trust, Speer. Sit down. Did Bowman send you the instructions?
Yes.
Good. So you'll understand we want complete demolition. I know how. Fire, explosives, whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes to do what? I mean, I can understand the destruction of bridges and factories and military installations, but...
Surely you don't mean houses and farm animals and everything. Churches. Everything. We want nothing left to the enemy, you understand? We want nothing left to the enemy.
But under such circumstances, the German people would face utter starvation. We'd all be thrown back to conditions of the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
But should the war be lost?
That is defeatist talk, and I will not allow that.
The German people that are left?
The German people that are left would not deserve to live. The good ones will have died already fighting for their fatherland.
We must leave them something. Some, no matter how primitive form of society, something.
I think you despair far too much, Speer. We've had our setbacks from the beginning, and every setback has always been a whiplash, driving us onward with more determination than before. This time we will show the enemy that we will not surrender. We'll never surrender. We'll continue the attack again and again. 10 times over, we'll continue the attack. Policy has been set, carried out.
Well, did you see him?
You were quite right, Colonel. At one moment it's warm and sultry, and then suddenly it's cold and clammy.
Ah. Too bad.
Under the circumstances, I think I'll have a word with the engineer. See if we can't change the atmosphere down here.
Oh, no, no, no. It's not the ventilation. It's not the system. It's the Fuhrer's orders. You see, I'm not allowed to keep the air flowing in the conference room during military staff meetings.
Why not?
Well, the Fuhrer believes that the air passing through the blowers produces excessive pressure to the ears. He believes it reduces efficiency.
Perhaps we can correct the situation. Let's have a look at the main air vent.
Filters are usually changed every month. We've been having a problem here getting a proper fit. As you can see, the air intake is almost completely concealed.
How's the filter removed?
Oh, just the 4 screws.
Let me see if we can't get you a better filter, Henschel. I think that might help matters. Thanks for your trouble.
Oh, whatever I can do.
They're starting in again. The British bombers at breakfast, the Americans at dinner. It's a conspiracy, I think.
Anything else, sir?
Yes, you can call off the air raid.
Beg your pardon?
That's all, George. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night. Well, you want to forget dinner? Go to the shelter?
Oh, no, thanks. I've had enough of shelters for one day. Let's see if it gets any worse.
It can't get any worse than the food.
I'm sorry. Forgive me, Dieter. I think I've lost my appetite.
I don't blame you. Tell me, how long do you think Hitler will remain in Berlin?
I have no idea. But if he stays here long enough underground, there'll be nothing above ground for him to come up for.
You mean the air raids?
No. I mean his scorched earth policy. He's committed to it.
How ironic. He now appoints you the agent of Germany's destruction after years of being his master builder.
I refuse the honor.
Refuse? You did say refuse.
I'm writing him a memorandum stating clearly, precisely, in detail, that such a policy would prove catastrophic to the future of the German people. And I refuse to implement it.
But if he insists that you do so?
Then something quite desperate must be considered. And I'd like your help.
In that case, I could use a brandy. We could both use a brandy. It's my last bottle.
I'll try and get you another.
You don't have to bribe me, Albert. You got my head out of Hitler's noose more than once. I'll do what I can.
You may want to change your mind when you hear what I'm thinking.
Trust me.
Can we talk?
It's safe.
I want you to make some inquiries to the Army Ordnance Office. Coming from the Chief of Munitions Division, they will seem like perfectly natural inquiries.
Concerning what?
Poison gas experiments. They've been testing something new called carbon. From what I understand, it can penetrate any gas mask, any filter put up against it.
Albert, just exactly what do you have in mind?
I want to conduct carbon into the bunker.
To you, Albert, and to me. May we both survive. How do you intend to introduce the gas?
Through the the main area near the Chancellery Gardens.
You can manage that without being seen?
There are centrally posted SS guards, but they know me.
Won't work, Albert. Tabun's only effective with explosive. I'm quite familiar with it. A shell or a hand grenade would do it, but they would shatter the thin walls of the air ducts. Tabun's too risky.
What would you suggest?
The reliable mustard gas.
Mustard gas. How would you get it?
Well, won't be easy. Just give me time.
It's a bunker, underground, below the Chancellery. No. No, it's impossible. You can't come here. Go to Munich. If you go to Munich, I can arrange an escort. Be patient. The battle for Berlin is just beginning. It may take weeks, maybe months, but we shall be victorious. I promise you. I have no doubts. We shall be victorious. Yes, I will. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
If only my generals showed such devotion, daughter.
What do you think, Sergeant? Is our Blondie going to whelp this week?
No, not yet. Once she does, I think we'll have maybe 6 pups. Look at the size of her.
Hey, good dog. Good dog.
Yes, smart dog, too. Blondie knows a lot of tricks.
You got one trick I'd like to know. How to get good red steak at every meal, eh?
I told you a month ago. The Eastern Front is like a house of cards. If the front is broken at just one point, all the rest will collapse.
Why did the attack fail? I'll tell you why. Incompetence, negligence. If General Bush had only put...
He had half a division on the field. No ammunition left. His equipment destroyed.
Why didn't he ask for more?
Where? How?
See, excuses, explanations, that's all you can give me.
General Bush is not to blame. I won't allow it.
How dare you speak to me that way? I'm fighting for Germany. My whole life has been one long struggle for Germany. How dare you?
How dare that?
I insist you cannot blame General Bussa.
Then who let us down? The troops.
The troops did their duty. Look at the casualties. How can you possibly blame the troops? They had no chance. General Galen made it clear with the maps.
General Galen is an incompetent fool. His maps are idiotic, and he should be shut up in a lunatic asylum.
If you want to send General Galen to an asylum, then you had better have me shut inside as well.
General Bussa is now at Görlitz. I will deal with him myself. Colonel General Guderian, I'm very concerned about your physical health. I think it requires that you take a 6-week sick leave to commence immediately. That'll be all, gentlemen.
No. More than that. I tell you, there's a great increase in anti-Semitism coming from the United States. They're beginning to wonder just what it is they're fighting for. Of course, the English are sick to death of this war. If it weren't for Churchill, that Jew-ridden half-American swine, there'd be no English fighting today. Churchill. The gravedigger of Europe.
What a pity. Not a drop left for the Russians.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to get you another.
Doesn't matter. I trust you did send your memorandum to Hitler.
Yes.
And he said, Albert, you're right, and I am wrong. There will be no scorched earth. No, he didn't say that.
There's been no response.
We both knew that nothing would stop him.
That's why I'm here.
In that case, the small item that you need is available. When do you want it?
Friday.
What are you doing?
Orders. All SS staff guards will take off-duty rest in the communications room.
Why?
Conversion. SS 6, 7, and 8 are being converted into a casualty station in the Chancellery.
Oh, we got casualties coming to the Chancellery. How are we supposed to work in here with people lying around all over the place?
Sir.
Yes?
Where are you going?
The bunker. I have an appointment with the Führer.
You will find the entrance through the tunnel.
I thought I'd walk through the garden tonight. Get some fresh air. Heil Hitler.
Ice, Minister Speer.
Yes.
Come with me, please. Wait here. Bowman will be here immediately.
Borman? I have no appointment with Borman.
Wait here.
Hello, sir.
Henschel. How are you?
Fine.
Engine breakdown?
Oh, nothing serious.
Still looking for that filter.
Thank you.
By the way, you didn't mention our conversation to anyone.
What you mean about the filter?
Yes. You didn't say anything to Borman?
Oh, no, I did not.
The main air vent. It's been entirely surrounded by a chimney.
Oh, yes, I know. I supervised the construction. We did all of it in 12 hours.
Ah. On whose orders?
Well, the Führer himself.
Come with me, sir.
Ah, Speer. I wanted to be the first to wish you a happy birthday.
Thank you.
I remember that wonderful birthday party he had for you at Berchtesgaden.
Yes. Well, I'm afraid times have changed.
Yes.
What is it you wanted to see me about?
The Führer is greatly disappointed in you, Speer.
Oh?
For some reason, you have not carried out the policy set out for you.
I don't know. Which policy do you refer to?
The total destruction of all towns and villages.
Oh, well. There have been administrative difficulties.
That is the language of his generals, Speer. I think you will find the Führer expected a little more of you.
Just wait here for a moment.
Good evening, Doctor.
And good evening to you, Albert. And how are you this evening?
I'll be able to tell you better after my meeting with the Führer.
He's quite anxious to talk to you.
Perhaps I ought to have one of your injections first.
It's all right. Go in, go in.
I was reading your memorandum. It's a very long memorandum. You say here that we have no right at this stage of the war to carry out our demolitions which would devastate the lives of the people. Is that correct?
I wrote the memorandum, yes.
Why? You say we have no right. You believe that?
If our enemies wish to destroy us completely, why help them?
I think you should understand that the policy will be carried out with or without your cooperation, Speer.
I am hoping there is still room for reconsideration.
No.
My fear. I don't believe that anyone has the right to tie the fate of the German people to his own personal destiny.
Why do you continue to press the point?
We must be able to make some distinctions between military and purely civilian.
I don't want to hear any more. You understand me? I don't want to hear any more. Tell Major Günther to come in here. Now. Do you remember at Baxter's Garden the hours we spent together planning buildings for the future German Reich? To me, you and I, we were like fellow artists. Speer, you and I. Then we had a complete understanding of each other. Put it on the table. A bill. Today it's your birthday, correct?
Yes.
I understand you asked for my photograph.
Yes, my Führer. I will treasure it forever.
Good. I've signed it to you personally. My hand shakes, you know. My hand shakes. I've signed it to you. I hope you can read it.
May I read it now?
grateful for this pledge of our enduring friendship.
Speer, you will now inform every official of every town. I want every Gauleiter to know that there must be total destruction. I've given you complete authority over every one of them. They must all comply without question. In those areas where the enemy is now approaching, there will be total destruction. Is that understood?
I keep thinking.
If the war is lost, the people of Germany will be lost also! How dare you sit on my presence? Stand up!
The people of Germany will be lost also. So there will not need to think about survival. We shall destroy everything. You will instruct them, Speer. You will instruct all the officials, all the towns, every Gauleiter. Total destruction. You will order them. Is that understood? You will order them. Total destruction. You will answer me, please. Is that understood?
Did you send in the sugar?
Yes, yes. With the tea.
Here, you. Take this in. If they want tea cakes this afternoon, tell them we have those too. Don't burn it.
Do you want some coffee?
No, no, thank you, Franz. Have you seen him?
Who?
Our Führer. I spoke with him yesterday. His eyes, Franz. So clear and strong, like always. The man is a god, Franz. And I will tell you right now, he will not die. No matter what happens, Adolf Hitler will never die.
That's good. How did you get it?
I've traveled over 900 miles these past 3 days. I've been to both fronts. I have my sources.
Sure you won't join me?
No, thank you.
I have a prisoner here in this office these 4 wars. I even sleep here sometimes. I envy you, Albert.
You shouldn't.
Well, what happens now?
Nothing.
And what does nothing mean exactly?
No more assassination attempts. I think I was capable of only one.
I see. You rise with Hitler, and you will fall with Hitler.
All of us. I don't think the fate of Germany can be severed from that of Adolf Hitler.
Do you intend to carry out his orders of destruction?
No. I will warn the Gauleiters that if they attempt to burn down their towns and villages, the people will rise up and burn them.
If Bormann has his way, he'll have you hanging from the first meat hook.
I can handle Bormann.
And I can count a hell of a lot of corpses who said that once.
I'm sorry, sir. The Fuhrer is in conference at the moment. Oh, but Colonel von Bülow has asked to see you while you're waiting.
Thanks, Major Ginch.
Oh, he's in the Chancellery dining room.
Colonel.
So, what are you going to do?
About what?
Well, I thought you'd have heard. Bormann has been placed in charge of the Gauleiters.
Ah.
He told Hitler that you deliberately disobeyed his orders.
Bormann's quite correct.
But if he controls the town officials...
He doesn't control anything outside of that bunker.
I'm the one who goes to see them, who listens to their complaints. I'm the one they trust, and they'll go on trusting me. May I?
Well, I hate to mention this, but what if you're no longer alive?
That is a point.
Do you really think Hitler won't touch you?
I'm going to find that out very soon.
Oh, God, it's all sober now. I come from an ancient, honorable family. I can't understand how I ever got here. Hitler, Bormann, Goebbels, and the master of the Imperial Needle, Dr. Morell. I'm told his injections contain pulverized bull's testicles. Every day, at 4 o'clock, he sits with his secretaries at tea and crumpets. It's true. I'm quite serious.
Excuse me, sir. You're requested to join the Situation Conference.
Thank you. I'll be right there.
The Hitler court. You know, I keep thinking about the Roman court. In the writings of Juvenal, he said, yesterday they were ruffians. Today they control our lives. Tomorrow they will wind up as keepers of the public lavatories.
They've crossed the Rhine at 3 junctures, including Oppenheim. General Patton, 3rd Division.
Oppenheim? What units? What units are meeting them?
Well, we have nothing in the vicinity at the moment, but there are 5 tank destroyers from the camp at Seine. They're on the move now.
Speer?
Yes.
You've heard the American advance into the Ruhr. If the Ruhr is taken, how would it affect our overall production?
Whatever remained of our armament production would scarcely maintain our forces in the field for... The Third Reich is about to collapse. Losing the Ruhr would only hasten the inevitable.
I want all inhabitants of the Ruhr to be evacuated starting tomorrow.
My Führer.
Tomorrow, that's all.
One moment.
Issue the order.
It's a staggering operation.
Are you quite
Millions
sure?
of people
Yes,
under
sir.
battlefield
I've
conditions.
checked it out twice.
There would be countless civilian casualties.
I'm supposed to go in there?
If you would.
What do you think, Speer? The little bitch has done very well.
She has.
Bormann is now in charge of the Gauleiters. Did you know that?
So I've been told.
Do you know the reason why?
Yes.
You have no faith, Speer. You have no faith in the German people. But we have survived. We have survived the Romans. We've survived the great battles of the Middle Ages. We've survived the wars of religion, the 30 Years' War, the Napoleonic War. We've even survived the Great War itself. And you tell me that Germany will no longer exist. Is that what you think?
There has never been a war such as this one.
That is exactly why I pursue my goal with such, yes, fanaticism.
All right, battles are won, battles are lost. It is essential then never to lose one's nerve. But we must be able to accept defeat.
after defeat, to defeat after defeat, knowing we shall emerge victorious in the end. All right. Now, you disobeyed my orders. Are you aware of what must come from that? Is there any reason I should not take the measures called for in such a case?
I ask you not to grant me any special consideration.
Yeah. I think it is clear that my architect is overworked. I'll see to it that you go on leave at once.
I'm in perfect health. If you no longer want me to continue as your minister, then dismiss me right now.
Speer, you must convince yourself that the war is not lost. Give me your assurance, and you may continue as you have been.
My Führer, the war is lost.
The war is not lost! The war is not lost! The war will never be lost! We will defeat them! We will defeat them all! I will destroy Bolshevism! I will wipe out the scourge and pestilence of Jewish Marxism! I will defeat them all. I will defy the entire world. You hear me?
Speer. Speer, you have faith in me. If you say you have faith in me, you may continue as...
I wish I could believe in victory as you do, but I don't. And I refuse to join those swine in your entourage who tell you they believe in victory when really they don't.
Then I will ask you this. Do you still hope for a successful conclusion? If you could at least hope that the war is not lost. Surely you must be able to hope. Speer. That would be enough to satisfy me. You have 24 hours to think over your answer.
Money is no problem. Money, it's an architect's dream.
He's just arrived. Do you want me to...
Mein Führer.
Speer? So. It's magnificent, Speer. Truly worthy of the Third Reich. Splendid.
I'm afraid, though, my Führer, the little village of Linz will no longer be a village.
That's splendid. Good. I want construction to start as soon as possible.
Wonderful. Perhaps we should look over the cost estimates.
Why? Well, I know it's going to cost a great deal of money, and that's very good. Nothing impresses the Americans more than money, Speer. Always remember that. It's wonderful. Yes. What is it? Oh. Sit down. Right. Yes, well done, Speer. Well done. My good architect. My genius architect, rather.
The word is ours. Thank you, Holmes.
I don't believe it. You're still alive.
I told him the war is lost.
And he didn't arrest you.
He gave me 24 hours to change my mind.
Will you?
Blondie had puppies.
How wonderful. Send a message to the troops, fight to the finish. Blondie had puppies.
Do you know, I think the man is actually fond of me.
But he'll still have you killed.
No.
Why not?
Because I'm going to tell him that I support him with all my heart.
Including his policy of destruction?
Yes. But there will be complications. Intolerable delays, bureaucracy at its worst. I doubt that we'll even get it working before Germany is totally defeated.
You know what you're trying to do? Deceive the greatest master of deceit of this century.
He'll believe me.
Why?
Because he wants to.
I never doubted it. I knew I could rely on you. I knew it. I knew it. Thank you, Speer. Thank you.
The Fuhrer takes great pride in the youth of Germany. You will serve your country, and you will serve your Fuhrer.
Ahead on trucks.
How long till they reach the front?
Tomorrow morning. It's not that far.
What's going on? What happened? Roosevelt died this morning.
I tell you, it's a gift from God. Fate has now removed the greatest war criminal in history. The Jew lover finally dies. This is the turning point. This is the turn of fortune we've been waiting for. There. Frederick the Great, in his worst days, almost finished, almost defeated, and then a turn of fortune. He emerged victorious. Remember the day you became our leader? The horoscope given to you by Himmler? The prediction of war, a series of setbacks, and then overwhelming victory. This evening, I broadcast the prediction to the people. Let them know. Let the world know. That miracle will now come to be. What is it, Bormann?
Dispatch from General Ziedler. Vienna has fallen.
Mish.
What is it?
She's here.
Who?
Ava Brown.
Oh, just leave it there, please. Thank you. Oh, how beautiful, isn't it? I have such a weakness for beautiful clothes.
Ah, that is because you look so beautiful in them.
You're too kind, but it isn't true. No matter what I wear, I always look the peasant, always. But then I don't complain, you see. I think he likes me the better for it.
Yes, I will, General. I will tell him.
Yes, I will convey.
And the Fuhrer wishes me to express his
thank
deep
you.
appreciation for your birthday greeting.
No, the rum. I told you the rum goes in first. What did you do with those birthday candles, Franz? Well, they were. Never mind, I have them. Fuhrer's birthday in this place. How did we ever come to this? How did we ever come to this place?
What? Did you say something?
Welcome to Berlin, Reichsfuhrer Himmler. Reichsmarshal Goering arrived only a few moments ago.
Fine, Velo. Eating before the Fuhrer arrives, shame on you.
Careful. Look in both directions. We're surrounded by assassins. Himmler and his bunker informant. Goering and his loyal gut.
Speaking for myself, I intend to outlive the Third Reich.
Well, then why do you keep coming back?
I'm sentimental about birthdays.
What does Dr. Morel say? Nothing. He tells us nothing. As you can see for yourself, ever since the assassination attempt at Rastenburg, the bomb came so close. Hitler has never been the same.
From what I've heard, Fegelein, from all sources, I don't think we can depend on him much longer.
Will he make it all right?
You have my promise? He'll be there.
The Luftwaffe can't fly without petrol, Speer.
I think that's quite obvious.
What's equally obvious is that the Ruhr is now cut off from the rest of Germany. There are no fuel supplies reaching any of the major cities, including Berlin. What we have in storage, I've allocated to the hospitals.
The hospitals?
Yes.
Those are Hitler's orders?
No.
You've taken it upon yourself.
I've been taking quite a lot upon myself these days, haven't we all?
The time has come, now, to negotiate a peace.
You mean without Hitler?
I've been in contact with Count Bernadotte of Sweden.
Bernadotte? Does he have the authority?
He has the contacts, Fegelein. But he's a very simple man. He has no understanding of the Jewish problem, for instance. He wants his countrymen returned from the concentration camps.
Can't that be arranged?
I've agreed to release 1,000 Jewish women if they can be designated Polish instead of Jewish. I must be cautious.
Keep in contact as long as you can.
Thanks. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you for your congratulations. Yes, Colonel. Thank you very much. Yes, I've got it.
The Soviets are storming Rudistorf, on the outskirts of Berlin.
Friends, loyal friends, I know how difficult it was for you to come here today. Believe me, your devotion touches my heart. There have been questions, I know, about my health. Well, you see me now. It is true I have a certain trembling in my arm and my legs. But I can assure you, good friends, the trembling has not reached my head or my heart. No, my heart will never tremble. Never. And in the weeks to come, we will drive the enemy from our country. And we have the greatest weapon of all, the Teutonic fury of the German people. We will not be defeated. We'll fight them to the last soldier, to the last tank, to the last aircraft they possess. We shall not be defeated. We shall not be defeated. We shall not be defeated. Thank you. Long live Germany.
Sieg heil! Sieg heil! Sieg heil!
Yes. What is it? Tell me, what is it?
The Russians have just entered the boroughs of Kopernik and Spandau. I regret to say that Berlin is now closed on 3 sides.
General Steiner. Order General Steiner's Panzer Corps to counterattack at once.
He has fewer than 11,000 men.
I want all Air Force personnel placed at the disposal of General Steiner. If any commander holds back his forces, he will forfeit his life in 5 hours. And tell General Kohler that he will guarantee with his head that the last man will be thrown in.
It's not possible. How can Steiner counterattack? He's having enough trouble retreating.
You know. I know there'll be no counterattack. With or without orders, it will never be attempted. But how can one possibly?
Who's responsible for the breakthrough?
It was the 56th Panzer. They couldn't hold them back. General Wilding.
Issue an order for his immediate arrest and execution.
Sure.
All officers who do not press the attack will carry a sign stating, "I am a deserter and I declined to defend German women and children." You will then hang them from the nearest tree. Good soldier, Emma. What's your name?
Kruger.
Kruger.
Willie Kruger, my Führer.
Kruger,
Yes.
I wish my generals had your courage.
Thank you, my Führer.
Goodbye,
Joseph?
I can hear you, Magda.
What is it now, Joseph? I came in from the garden. What do you want?
I told you I'd let you know when I felt the time had come. Magda, did you hear me?
Yes.
You haven't changed your mind.
I'll pack up and leave in the morning.
I meant about the children.
No.
Have you decided what to tell them?
That they're going to visit the Fuhrer. They adore him, you know that.
Well, until tomorrow, then.
Till tomorrow.
From the north at Eberswalde, from the south at Fürstehassen. The Russians are advancing at every defensive stronghold. My Führer, I think it would be most prudent now if we transferred, if we moved, all of us, to Berchtesgaden.
No.
We have aircraft standing by.
No, we'll stay here in Berlin.
Yes, my Führer.
Perhaps.
Yes?
Perhaps some other members of the staff can be transferred.
No, it's impossible. I can't leave right now. But listen carefully. I found a wonderful place for you and the children. I'm sending off written instructions. You'll be posing as a director of bombed-out children seeking refuge. I've taken 6 children from a party kindergarten to make the group look entirely plausible. No, I don't know when I'll see you. He's determined to stay here and take over the defense of the city. I will. Have courage. Take care of the children.
I just came to say goodbye.
You? You're leaving too?
Don't ask me why. Perhaps the Fuhrer just doesn't care anymore. Dr. Hauser's taking my place. I'm grateful to be leaving. What a pity that you can't come with me.
Führer, 2 of the secretaries wish to speak with you. They're waiting.
We have a request, my Führer.
We asked to be allowed to remain here with you.
Thank you, my Führer.
This is from our garden. We were playing with Pixie, the puppy, and Greta, the dog. Is this all right?
Yes.
Goodbye, Hannes. Oh, yes. Goodbye, Rebold. You be careful. Bye, Sergeant. I'm on my way. Yes, good luck. How long will you stay? As long as I'm assigned here. To tell you the truth, I'm glad to be getting out.
Yes, but then you haven't the same loyalty as myself because you don't know the Führer as I do. Having been a member of his personal staff, his chief valet, and being a highly decorated soldier, I consider my position here to be a great honor.
Well, whatever happens, I wish you well, Rockers. Yes, Godspeed.
You getting a new assistant? No, 24-hour duty.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Liars! Traitors! Lies! Lies! You have betrayed me!
No, Führer. Where's General Steiner?
Where is General Steiner? Bring me General Steiner! Here at once!
We've tried to contact him, but we think he's been captured.
Where is the Air Force?
The airfields are completely covered now by enemy fighters. We can't afford to risk
You
any
hear
more-
that? You hear that? The Air Force is superfluous. So what do we need them for? Spring them up at once. Spring them up, liars, traitors, corruption, all of you.
Listen to me. We think it is vital that you leave the bunker immediately.
Why?
If you are to remain in command of the Reich, then you must go to Berchtesgaden as soon as possible.
I will not go to Berchtesgaden! I will not go to Berchtesgaden! You and all of your incompetence can go to hell! I will stay in Berlin! You hear me? I will stay in Berlin! The army has betrayed me. I will fight in Berlin. My orders were not carried out. I will fight to my last breath. I will die in Berlin. The Third Reich is totally failed. I'll die in Berlin. I've been betrayed. The war is lost. The war is lost.
Excuse me. Are you Henschel?
Yes.
I am Dr. Haas. We met at Berchtesgaden, I believe. I need your help.
My help?
We've taken a number of the wounded into the Chancellery and set up an emergency casualty station. There isn't enough water to go around. I understand the water supply comes from an underground spring here in the bunker.
That's right.
To possibly divert some of it.
Well, I could set up some makeshift hoses.
Thank you.
Has this been cleared with Bormann?
It's been cleared with God.
Oh. Help me, please.
Easy now. Easy. It's going to be all right now.
You're getting your water.
Shake.
Did you talk to Hitler?
No.
Well, his condition is getting worse.
There.
Get him morphine immediately.
The rumors you hear are quite correct.
Think the Fuhrer has long to live?
At this point, I think the question is academic.
This evening, I announce to the people that the Fuhrer is in Berlin and will die fighting with his troops in defense of the capital city. We must act now in such a way that future generations will look back on this moment as a courageous example of steadfastness in a great crisis. My Fuhrer, if you could speak to the people yourself,
No.
you could rouse them with the kind of words that only you can speak.
No. German people have failed. Our throats are going to be cut. But believe me, when we take our leave, the earth will tremble. The planet will go up in flames.
I have not failed you. I will never fail you. My wife and children are with me. We intend to remain in the bunker until the very end.
No. No, I won't permit that.
Then I must, for the first time in my life, refuse to obey. To do otherwise, I would lose my self-respect. I would, in fact, consider myself a common criminal. No, my Fuhrer. My life and the lives of those I love have no further value unless they can be used in the service of their leader, Adolf Hitler.
Maria, hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you good. What is happening? How is the baby?
She's all right. Only the noise. The bombings.
Look, I want you to pack up today right away and go to your father's house in Rudau.
Wait a moment. Yes. Go on. The baby was crying.
Look, you take the railway from Bezlock Station. Maria!
What I not die for me, dear, if I could. Yeah, for me. I'll die for you. I'll die for you. Hey, you, my sweetheart. Don't you want to go away, too? Hey, don't you want to? No, of course not. Of course not. What is it they say now? I'd rather have a Russian soldier on my belly than a British bomb on my head, eh? Dance with me, darling.
What is it?
What happened to Colonel Fegelein?
He's drunk.
Well, I can see that he's drunk. Why have they brought him in?
He's been absent for 3 days. I put the call through myself to his Berlin apartment. They just picked him up.
What will they do to him?
Not much.
Well, for desertion?
He's married to Eva Braun's sister.
How long were you there in the apartment? Where is the woman? Answer me. Pearls. Jewels. Tell me, General, you were not by any chance on your way out of Berlin when we found you?
I have nothing to say.
Was he alone?
No, he had a woman with him. She got away.
Had a woman with him?
She may have been a spy. Together, they may have been responsible for the leaks to the enemy lately.
Had a woman with him? Fegelein?
He was obviously about to leave Berlin.
No.
No. I think it's a case of desertion.
Interrogate him further.
For what purpose?
What? You hear me?
Yes, my Führer. And then?
Release him.
Release him?
He's Himmler's liaison man. I think we must defer to that. There's no proof. Anyway, his wife is having a baby. Fegelein's wife is having a baby.
Having a baby?
Eva told me yesterday that his wife would be very upset if something should happen to him.
There is an urgent communication. I've been asked by General Munker to give it to you immediately.
You heard? We just heard it on shortwave.
Heard what?
Himmler's been negotiating for a peace settlement. He's offered to surrender the Western armies to Eisenhower.
God, the swine. The stinking swine. My Führer, I beg you. We can't allow a traitor to succeed you. We've got to leave Berchtesgaden at once. We have aircraft standing by. You've only to give the word.
What shall we do with General Fegelein?
The passports, the jewels. He was on his way to join Himmler.
Shall we keep him under arrest?
No. But he will take off immediately. He'll leave Berlin as soon as possible.
General Fegelein is not going anywhere. The wolf said, my friends, it is not I who killed the lamb. It is him. He said, he looked like me.
Sir,
Major Gunch.
Bowman would like to see you immediately.
Well, where is everybody? What happened to all the guards?
Most of them are out fighting for the city.
Ah, Albert. Albert. How good it is of you to come here. I was delighted to hear you were coming to see the Fuhrer.
I've only come to say goodbye.
Exactly. This question of leaving, getting out of Berlin and going to Berchtesgaden. The Fuhrer values your opinion, Albert. You must try to convince him to go. We have such little time left. You must speak to him. He will listen to you, I'm sure. I'm sure he will. Would you do that? If there's one man left in the Reich I know that I can count on, it is you, Albert. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah? What do you think? Linz. We could have made it the capital of a National Socialist Party. Linz.
Could have been a German Budapest.
Linz, the place of my youth, many years ago. Do you remember the great bell tower of the meeting hall? And the crypt, the marble crypt for my burial place? You told me it would cost a great deal of money to build a new metropolis on the banks of the Danube. What have I kept for money? I've never acquired anything of value in my life. I have nothing. I have nothing. A new Germania. A new capital for the German people. Ha! It's all a dream. I have nothing. What might have been Speer. They're trying to persuade me to fly to Berchtesgaden. Jodl and the others. Have you heard?
Yes.
I'd like your opinion, please.
It's my opinion that the leader of the German people should remain here in Berlin. He should end his life in the German capital, not in some vacation chalet.
Yes, my friend, Goebbels agrees with you. I cannot, of course, join in the fighting myself. I might fall into the hands of the Russians, you understand. I'd be brought to Moscow and then caged in a zoo. But they're not going to cage me in a zoo. They're not going to mutilate my corpse. No. If they should orders that my body be cremated upon my death, believe me, Speer, it is easy for me to put an end to my life. One brief moment. I'm free of everything. I'm free of everything.
My Fuhrer, There's something I feel I must tell you before we part today. These past 4 weeks, I've deceived you. I've not carried out your policy of destruction.
Eva.
What, Eva?
Eva Brown. She's decided to end her life here, by my side.
Monsieur, did you hear what I had to say to you?
It's only if you Speer with you, without saying goodbye to me.
There you are, Albert. I was afraid you would leave without saying goodbye. I even gave orders to the SS guards. I told them you are not to allow Albert Speer to leave until he has seen me.
You look lovely. Just the same as always.
Well, I see no point in going around looking like a death mask. Come in. I hope you like it. You should, since you designed all the furniture yourself. I know the room is a little small, but I just had to have them with me. Champagne?
Thank you.
Sit, please. Watch and done. Only the best. I must warn you, everything tastes rather damp and musty. Can't be helped. Heil Hitler.
Heil Hitler.
Our farewell drink. I'm so glad you came. You know, Bormann thought you might be working against the Fuhrer. But your coming here now proves that you are, doesn't it? Adolf wanted me to go to Munich, but I refused.
Yes, he told me that you were.
Well, I'm really quite happy here. I mean, it isn't so terrible. If only I didn't have to look into Bormann's face every other moment. I've never liked that man. It's all so terrible, Albert. Why do so many people have to be killed? It's all for nothing.
Aunt Eva, I have lost Chichi.
Who?
My doll. Did I leave her here?
No, I don't think so. Why don't you go ask Toodle, huh?
The Goebbels children are here?
Yes, they're staying.
You can read 2 more minutes. Sweetheart, finish up for me, will you? Oh, Albert, I heard you might be coming. It's quite an unusual place, isn't it? Well, the children are adapting very well, I think. How's your family, Albert?
They're all left back to Scotland. Look, Magda, there's still enough time. I could arrange for barges
Barges?
on the Havel River. They can take you to the Elbe, to the Americans.
Oh, don't you know, Albert, we have no intention of leaving here.
But you have to realize when the Russians arrive.
My husband and I have decided to die with the Fuhrer.
I was thinking of the children.
So am I. Our lives have no further meaning without Hitler.
But Magda, the children are so young
And far, far too good for the kind of life that will come after us.
Oh, damn it, Magda. How do you know what kind of life is coming after you?
Don't be apprehensive, Albert. Look. Yesterday, the Fuhrer took off his golden party badge and he gave it to me. Can you imagine, Albert? Oh, we're so proud to be ending our lives with him. I look upon it as a precious gift of fate.
Mother.
Excuse me. What is it, dear? Oh, what are you doing? Oh, come on, come on. Come on, sweet.
Yes. And that's all. Yes, of course I will at once. This is the telegram from Reich Marshal Hermann Goering to Foreign Minister von Ribbentrop. I've transcribed it. I don't know if you can read my writing.
We have the full text of the telegram now.
If by 10 p.m., April 23rd, it is apparent that the Führer has lost his freedom of action to conduct the affairs of the Reich, then I, Reich Marshal Hermann Goering, inherit all of his offices. He sits there in the mountaintop in Berchtesgaden and tells the whole world he's taking command of the Third Reich. We must take action immediately.
Brutal. He's a brutal man. Hard as iron. Ruthless, cold. In a crisis, he is ice cold. He is ice cold. Ha! Huh?
He's committed an act of treason.
Oh. We stood together. Years ago. Goering. Determined. Deadly. The man? Well, he is a drug addict, Foreman. Corrupt. But he's a drug addict. It is a well-known fact.
What do you intend to do?
Yeah. Hmm?
How do you intend to deal with Goering?
Yeah. Must resign his office at once.
The situation demands more than a resignation.
A telegram to Ribbentrop. There's no honor left.
We can still reach the SS at Obersalzburg. Place him under arrest.
I'm leaving now, my Führer. I wanted to say goodbye.
There are 4 aircraft. One of them is a Junker 390. It's capable of flying from Germany to Japan non-stop.
It's no use, Bar. He won't leave.
I could fly him to Argentina. I know of a place to refuel.
It's no use.
Foreman, where is he?
The Fuhrer is with his secretaries. Yes? And Eva. They're having afternoon tea and crumpets. Would you like to join them? How would you like some afternoon tea and crumpets?
And do you remember, we would sit around the fireplace and listen to the music of Wagner.
And you could see the snow falling outside, and you knew there was no place on earth as beautiful.
I always felt like a Wagnerian god there, so high above the clouds.
Oh, and do you remember the cook, Will Cannon?
Yeah, he was as big as a house. He had enough for all of us.
Ah, but the sausages that man could make, and the little cream cakes.
You love those cream cakes with the chocolate sauce, remember? The little cakes at Birch's garden. The cook that was trained in Vienna.
It's total incompetence. Vienna should have been held. They lost their courage. They lost their faith in the will of the Almighty.
Please, let's not talk about Vienna. Let's think only of Birch's garden. How lovely it is in the spring. The flowers, the valleys turning green.
More tea?
Please, can we tell them? Let's tell them now. This evening, as soon as the arrangements can be made, we are going to be married.
What is your name?
Wagner. Walter Wagner. Party member.
You have notary and registrar powers to perform a marriage ceremony?
I have.
Stay here. Dismiss. He'll do.
I have to wait. The Fuhrer is talking to Dr. Goebbels.
It's almost midnight.
What difference does it make?
And listen to this. Brave King Frederick, wait but a little while, and the days of your suffering will be over. Behind the clouds, the sun of your good fortune is already rising. Soon it will show itself to you. And it did. He was on the point of perishing, and he was saved.
The applications have been accepted, the banns examined and found to be in order. Do you attest that you are of pure Aryan descent and free of hereditary diseases?
Yes.
I ask you, my leader, Adolf Hitler, do you attest that you are of pure Aryan descent and free of hereditary diseases?
Yeah.
Since both of these engaged persons have stated their willingness to enter into matrimony, I herewith declare the marriage valid before the law. If you will sign the document, please.
To the lovely bride, congratulations. And to our great Fuhrer.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Zossen. L6, Zossen.
Raucus, we are closing.
Willie, can you hear me? Hello?
They've taken over the Potsdamer Platz. Tanks, artillery, infantry. Russian soldiers everywhere. Soldiers, ignorant peasants, raping every woman they can find, stealing their flush toilets because they think they're potato washing machines.
Good evening, gentlemen. Should I say good morning?
What's that music?
A party.
What?
Oh, God. Okay, welcome to the wedding party.
Wedding?
Führer has just married Eva Braun.
Are you serious? Don't they know? Don't they realize the Russians could be here in this bunker within 48 hours?
You can only speak to the Führer. Tell him it's our last chance to leave.
Where is he? I don't see him. So I have decided, at the end of my life, to marry the young woman who, after many years of true friendship, came of her own free will to this city when it was almost completely under siege, in order to share my fate. We have chosen death to escape the disgrace of removal or surrender.
I'm talking about Russian assault troops only 300 meters from here. But I still think we can get out if we move
You're
now.
wasting your breath, General. The Fuhrer will not leave Berlin, nor will I, my wife, or my children.
We never wanted war. It was provoked solely by the agents of Jewish Marxist interests. Posterity simply cannot place the blame for this war on me. Out of the ruins of our cities, there will arise a new hatred for those people who are ultimately responsible. Before my death, I now expel Reich Marshal Hermann Göring and Reichsführer SS Heinrich Himmler from the party. They have brought shame on our country and our people. Disloyalty has undermined our resistance, and it has not been granted for me to lead my people to victory.
We'll have 3 groups in the breakout. We'll divide up the bunker personnel and those left in the chancellery.
What are our chances?
If we make it to the Strachau factory, if we get that far, stick together, we should make it to the British lines.
Excuse me, General Munker. The Fuhrer would like to see you immediately.
My Fuhrer.
You've assumed command of the Berlin fighting?
Yes, my Fuhrer.
My life is in your hands. I wish to live until the 5th of May.
There is some significance to that date?
5th of May is the anniversary of Napoleon's death. We're both men born before our time. So much the worse for Europe. History will be my judge, as it was for him.
I cannot guarantee the date, my Fuhrer. Is that all, my Fuhrer?
To Admiral Dönitz. The Führer is now conducting the defense of Berlin. He orders you to proceed against all traitors who are not fighting. Send it out at once.
Sir.
Amish, I expect you to remain on duty here until the breakout.
Sir.
Here. This one. I want you to have this one.
Oh, no. I couldn't take it. I couldn't.
Please don't be silly. I have no use for it now. And you will have it for this winter and your life after the war. And when you put it on, dear Trudy, you will think of me and the times we shared in Bavaria, huh?
We're closing the doors here, Dr. Schenk.
Why? We need all the air we can get.
Dr. Goebbels is having a farewell party for his friends.
Friends? Who is there left to come?
Dr. Goebbels would like 6 of the wounded soldiers to attend the party.
They're boys, mere boys, and many of them are dying. You really think they want to say farewell to Dr. Goebbels?
Everyone be seated.
I wish to express my deep appreciation for your loyalty and your devotion. Although our enemies remain greatly impressed with the courageous fighting spirit of our troops, it must be stated that the morale of our men is slowly sinking. The enemy is now indulging in a great orgy of hate and a thirst for destruction. For that reason, we must fight until the final breath in our bodies. I wish I could tell you the struggle might still succeed. Unfortunately, that's not the case. The enemy has stated under no conditions will Germany be given lenient treatment. Of course, that's the work of the Jews. I hope anyone in a position to do so will kill off these Jews like the vermin they are. In Germany, that job already is fairly complete. I trust the world will take its cue from us. I look at these brave young fighting men, and my heart goes out to them. Let us show them our gratitude, shall we?
We got the news from a Stockholm radio broadcast.
Go on.
The report is that Mussolini and his mistress were captured by partisans yesterday and executed.
Yes.
Their bodies were taken to a public square and hung there upside down.
There you are. Did you bring them?
Yes, my Führer. Cyanide capsules.
Where did you get them?
They were given to me by Himmler's physician.
Himmler? Has it been tested?
The box is sealed.
How can we do that?
What, my Führer?
How can we test them?
Melody? Come on. Come on. Come on, Melody. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Keep us still. Hello, Blondie. Hello. Can you get a mouth open?
Nice and quiet. Nice and quiet. Baby.
There we are. Yeah, we'll take it. Yeah. What do we do with the puppies? Kill them.
Captain, we need 200 liters of gasoline in jerry cans.
I'm not sure there's that much left in the Chancellery garage. Where do you want me to drive the Führer?
Nowhere. Just have the jerry cans taken to the garden.
My dear. Are you afraid?
No.
I'm not even thinking about my own death. It's the children. That's where I must have a great deal of courage.
Dear God.
A dear and gracious God will forgive me, I know, if I myself give them their release. I wouldn't trust anyone else.
You ready? Let us say goodbye.
My Führer.
Venture,
Yes, my Fuhrer.
see to it that we're not disturbed.
Yes, my Fuhrer.
Good.
But my Fuhrer,
What?
Colonel Bauer is waiting for you.
Bauer?
The portrait.
Bauer, take it. I want you to have it.
Oh, thank you, my Fuhrer, but I couldn't accept such a gift.
You deserve it. It has great historical value.
Well, I would accept it only to give to a museum one day.
Goodbye, Bauer. Venture, is everything ready?
Yes, my Fuhrer.
Good. You keep that door closed. You wait 10 minutes before you open it.
I will.
Good. Goodbye, Gunther.
Goodbye, my Fuhrer.
Thank you. Lie down hard.
It's time.
We're going to fly to Berchtesgaden tomorrow with the Fuhrer. Now, I want you to go to bed very early tonight. And as soon as you're ready for bed, I'm going to give each of you a sweet chocolate. It will help to keep you from having air sickness.
Could I have two?
No, my love. Only one apiece.
One big piece, you know.
Putting you through now. There we are.
Miss, you're a fish.
Come, my darlings.
Off to bed. Sleep well. Good night, Helga. Good night, Helmut. Good night, Hilda.
Good night, sweet.
Good night, Heidi.
What's the matter? They're going to die.
Who are?
All of the children are going to die.
Why?
Dr. Hasser told me, and no one can stop it now. No one.
Why?
Dr. Goebbels wishes to know if the bodies have been inspected.
You may tell him he can rest assured that they are beyond all human recognition.
Good night, darling.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, please, Ty.
Good night.
Good night,
Good
please,
night,
Ty.
darling.
I don't like it. It's so funny.
Oh, eat it sweet, otherwise you'll be sick in the morning. Good night, love.
We stopped those rotten communists dead in their tracks here on their home ground. Those days will never be forgotten. We sang the Horst Wessel together, right on the streets. And I tell you, it was the power of the Fuhrer that brought the people over to the Nationalist Party. The masses don't want to be burdened with problems. They desire only one thing, to be led by a great leader. That's what the intellectuals never understood. But I can assure you, Hitler knew it. And now what happens? We leave everything to the money changers and screaming brokers on the rotting planks of capitalism. We gave the world a solution to the Jewish problem, and how do they thank us? We gave them reasons and options to take pride in their existence. We gave them perception and meaning to live as nations based on firm foundations of clear and shining examples, and how do they thank us? Unconditional betrayal. That will be the true verdict of world history. Well, that's their problem now. Excuse me, gentlemen. You ready? You know what to do?
Yes.
At least you good people won't have to carry our bodies up this long flight of stairs.
Now, we can't possibly go this way because the Soviets have blocked off the river route. So we make our way as quickly as possible across the Wilhelmstrasse to the shelter of the Kaiserdorf subway station. Our main goal is to surface outside of the Soviet ring.
What are you doing? Smallpox. What? I'm giving myself smallpox. Do you want to be raped? Use it.
I want to leave with your group.
As you wish, Foreman.
Hannes, goodbye.
Goodbye, Frau Junge. And you go share.
Oh, my God, you scared me to death. Thought you'd gone.
Thought you had too.
Oh. What happens now?
I'm hungry. Let's eat. You coming? Well, it's only once in my life did I ever have champagne like this.
Champagne, yes. The food. Oh, I'm not so hungry.
Right.
I took a look. The children.
Oh.
Ruckus. Do you realize that you and I are the only ones left?
If I were you, I'd have something to eat.
Are they here? Could the Russians be here already?
General Krebs.
Surrounded by corpses. Now, if they want to shoot me, they won't find me. I can throw off the lights, seal the doors, start the sprinkler system. Where are you going?
I'm leaving.
Where?
Where? I don't know where. Maybe I just don't want to die here.
Ruckus, for the first time you look like a real soldier.
Just in case. Would you give this letter to my wife?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
What's the time?
Almost 4 a.m. What can I say? Good luck, Ruckus.
And you, Hannes?
Stand by, please. Stand by for an important announcement.
It is reported today that our Führer, Adolf Hitler, died fighting in Berlin, fighting to his last breath against the enemies of the Reich.
You have just witnessed the last days of Adolf Hitler and met the people who worked and lived with him in the Berlin bunker. Of all those in the last desperate breakout, only 6 were able to elude Russian capture. Mrs. Christian and Mrs. Younger were among the 6. They were captured by the British. For years, it was thought that Martin Bormann had escaped to South America, but his body was discovered in Berlin in 1972 and positively identified. A suicide at the time of the breakout. Albert Speer was sentenced at the Nuremberg trials to 20 years imprisonment. He lives in Heidelberg today, where he has written his memoirs. Munke, Günche, Rattenhuber, and Bauer were captured by the Russians and sent to Soviet prison camps. Colonel von Bülow, the last officer to leave the bunker, was captured by the British. Sergeant Rokas Misch spent many years in a Russian camp. Today, he is still a Berliner and lives only 2 miles from the old bunker. Hannes Henschel, the machinist, also captured by the Russians, is still alive and living near Heidelberg. It was Thomas Hardy who said, "While much is too strange to be believed, nothing is too strange to have happened."
For nothing will stop the mighty will of the German people. Nothing. For we stand united, one nation unified, under the banner of National Socialism. As one people, as one party, one leader, one Germany. Long live National Socialism! Long live the greater glory of the German fatherland! Amen!